Hi, I'm Matt. I'm the founder of GrapidResumes. I'm also the marketing director for two downtown companies, Treadstone Funding, a mortgage lender, and the Fulton Group, a downtown rental property company. You might think that the layout of this first slide is a little bit busy. It is. I'm trying to illustrate a point. Everything on here appears in order of importance. At the top, I'm Matt. I creatively draw viewers of my resume in with my signature because it's a unique font that nobody else applying for a job will have. Second, you see what you came here to hear me talk about. GrapidResumes, my resume company. Sure, I work more hours at my day job, but it's important to remember the order of importance when laying out a resume for each given job. Each time you submit your resume, it should be a little different than the last time you submitted it. Each job, position, and company necessitates a slightly different skill set. Before you even start writing a resume, you have to think about how your job search is going to go. So, how does your job search start? At the beginning of the fall term, I was looking to hire an intern. Actually, I'm almost always looking to hire interns, so let me know if you're interested. I looked through 100 resumes, and I learned a couple things. I'll share those with you. First, with everyone wanting a job so bad, a lot of job seekers take a shotgun approach. They send the same tired resume out to every job in the state. It's a horrible idea. It won't work. And if it does, you will probably end up at a mid-level marketing company, hating your job. Second, a lot of resumes from people at the same college tend to look the same. The only difference is often the name at the top and the name of the restaurant or retail shop you worked at in high school. I would say the biggest piece of resume advice you can have is to differentiate yourself. Say stuff about the position you did that nobody else could say, or at least is unlikely to come up with. Next, don't insult the employer's intelligence. A lot of people don't even realize that they're doing this, but almost everyone does it to a certain extent. Since most resumes should be limited to one page, talented employees are fighting to figure out what good info to delete from their resume to make room for better stuff. This leaves no room for the obvious. If you are a cashier, there is no need to say that you handle money. The employer already knows that, and it's really just a waste of space on your part and a waste of the employer's time. Extracurriculars are often a lot of work. I mean, whether you're in a fraternity for business, or the PRSSA, your school's Swedish House dance team, or if you volunteer, you usually have to do a lot more than just paying dues. There's tons of stuff you have to do. Most employers think it's lovely that you were a member of something, and on its own, it shows you're a social person, which is good. But if you're applying for a job that 50 other people are too, chances are that half, if not more, were in the same club, or in a club just as cool as yours. So, what can you say about your experience? As the picture would illustrate, employers want action. Say what you did in the organization that changed it. Don't lie, but think about the biggest event that your group put on and talk about how your role in that event is what made it great. In reality, an event is only successful if every part goes pretty well. This means that every participant is integral. You don't have to be the president of an organization to have a resume that has standout points about it. In fact, a freshman who did something and can talk about it on their resume with action is more valuable than a senior president who can only say they were the president. While we're on the subject of writing about yourself and actually saying more than the name of the group and position, think about the length of your points. If you're writing a bullet point, make sure to write more than 1 or 2 words. If you can only say 2 words about a position, don't bother including it. By carrying out bullet points to the end of the page, you eliminate white space on the resume. And by eliminating white space, you create the psychological impression that you've done a lot and have experience. It's kind of like when you go to a restaurant and they put a ton of food on a small plate. It looks awesome. Conversely, a lot of food on a huge plate is just a lot of food. It doesn't even look as full. Here's one of the very basic tips that I always give to my resume customers. There is no formula for the basic outline of a resume. In fact, the last person I hired actually had a colorful, vibrant resume that was divided into quarters. The layout of your resume does, however, depend in part on the type of organization you're applying for a job with. If you know it's a conservative company, then keep it traditional, but if you're looking to get into a younger company or interviewing with a creative person, kind of jazz it up. One trick for minimizing white space in a traditional resume and personalizing it at the same time is to put a little logo type picture at the top left and right of your resume. Usually people's name and address only take about 1/5 of the top section, which leaves tons of white space all over the top section. I include my high school's logo and my college logo on it. Not only do you eliminate white space by doing this, you might even get lucky and have an alum grab your resume first. Why not include your Greek letters, your home country's flag, etc.? One question that I always get when talking to new clients is if employers are searching for them on Facebook. I don't know. Every company and interviewer is different. I usually give it a shot though. There is no super secret tool companies use to see your profile info if you set it to private though. That being said, just post quality information onto your Facebook or LinkedIn and use it as a digital version of your resume. In fact, if you think your employer might be on Facebook, creep on them. Why not use the same strategy you think they're using so that you can get the upper hand? In the same way you might use Facebook to creep on a girl you were about to go on a date with, check out your employer's interests. What bands do they like? What books have they read? Where did they grow up? You can include random details in your cover letter that might elicit their interests. It's not cheating, it's smart. You might even find out that someone in the organization was a member of your extracurricular organization in past years, and they might serve as an in for you. All in all, it's hard for me to give you a formula for a good resume that will get you hired. The whole process is very situational. The above advice will help get your resume noticed above your peers. Make yourself sound awesome, and make yourself sound valuable. Before I leave, I'll give you a couple last ideas on how to do something different if you really want a job. I just mentioned that you should only use one page on your resume, but what if you've done something really cool that needs more than a page explanation? If you're submitting your resume online, include links in it. Almost nobody does this, but 90% of employers will view your resume on screen before printing. Have extra space at the bottom? Post a QR code that links to a video of you talking in detail and excitement about a project that you worked on. Show a video of an event you planned by integrating digital media into your resume. The options are limitless. Thanks for listening. If you need anything else, fill out the form to your right. I'd be happy to help you.